My name is Romina Olea, and I will be talking about the face negotiation theory. The face negotiation theory explains how we try to negotiate face in conflicts based on what style of culture you come from. The approach is empirical/scientific because researchers get data to predict how people lose face, save face, maintain face, and restore face. There are two main culture styles that the theory focuses on: collectivistic culture, which emphasizes the group overall, and the people will avoid anything that make the group lose face. Their values involve respecting parents' wishes and group harmony. Places with that culture are China, Indonesia, Venezuela, and Panama, just to name a few. The other culture is individualistic culture, which emphasizes the individual, and people will let others lose face in order to save their own face. Their values include self-motivation and independent thinking. Places with that culture are the United States, Australia, Great Britain, Canada, just to name a few. Both worry about saving face, but at different levels of importance. Stella Ting Toomey is the author of the theory. She created the theory to comprehend how people from different cultures manage rapport and conflict. She was also influenced by research on politeness by Penelope Brown and Stephen Levinson, as well as the fact that there was a lack of information about intercultural communication. She is currently a professor of human communication studies at the California State University. This theory has yet to be proven inaccurate, and there have been many improvements and advancements to the theory by the author herself and two other researchers, Chin Zhang and John G. Oetzel. They did a study on linking guilt, compassion, and anger in relation to face concerns and conflict styles in Chinese and U.S. cultures. They also did a study applying the theory to forgiveness and what happens when forgiveness occurs after conflict, and the behavioral consequences that occur based on the relational rules in the U.S. and Chinese cultures. There have been many other studies done using the face negotiation theory, such as the importance of the concept of face, studies about youth at risk, family problems, and family secrets. The face negotiation theory has many strengths. Heroism, because it still sparks a lot of interest to this day. Researchers constantly use and apply the theory to many different situations to further understand communication. Parsimony, because the theory is very simple to understand and learn about without much confusion. Utility, because we all have face concerns. One can easily relate to this theory and easily apply it to their lives. It passes the test of time. It was created in 1985, and almost 40 years later, it is still commonly used to further understand human communication in different cultures. Lastly, scope, because there are not too many strict boundaries. This theory can go in many different directions and can be expanded to many concepts and cultures. The face negotiation theory only has two weaknesses, although they are big. Logical consistency is one of them, because there have been few inconsistencies in the research. For example, one of them is the author has found out that Japanese culture worries more about self-face than the United States does. The other weakness is testability, because since there are so many inconsistencies with the theory, and it has been reported that the research the author based the theory on has had several problems with their research, it is still possible that this theory could be proven false. There are already a lot of improvements being made to this theory constantly by the author and other researchers, but some new improvements they could make are to look at other cultures such as Hispanic culture, African American, Polynesian, or Middle Eastern cultures. While they are similar to the United States or Chinese cultures, they have different aspects that don't follow the typical guidelines on face concerns or saving face. It would also be interesting to look at different emotions and personality traits such as being prideful, having anger issues, or being an introvert or extrovert. To conclude, the face negotiation theory looks at how people handle conflicts based on face concerns varying in an individualistic and collectivistic culture. It's based on research done by Stella Ting Toomey. This theory is still used today to stimulate new ways of thinking and acting, but it can be further improved. It has many strengths and few weaknesses, although the few weaknesses it has are big but can be fixed. Overall, this is a really fun and interesting theory to learn about. We are all prideful people, and our cultures impact us in many ways. This theory has helped me understand how we all handle conflicts differently and how we try to save our appearance in public. Ever since learning about this theory, I have been applying it more and more to my daily life. I notice how it plays into personalities of the people I interact with every day. If I see someone acting a certain way, I understand more about why they're doing what they do and why I act the way I do.